Hey, Freedom Rose for my deeper thinkers, telling you my thoughts on how to not get an ego. Yes, the letters are backwards, and there's a reason. I used this hat on Facebook for live, and the letters are backwards, right? And I switched them around so they would kind of be forwards, so you would understand it. And to be thinking out of the box. So we have to take away the ego for what I'm about to tell you and what I teach you with angel work. Can't be an ego, because egos try to protect. It'll send you places that you don't need to be, and we need to think out of the box. So if you're an out of the box, oh yep, Amazon. If you are an out of the box thinker, this is your box. And so here's my laptop. See, my little girl sleeps with me. We have to think out of the box for what I'm about to tell you, because otherwise you'll miss the message. And thinking out of the box is a practice. It's something that you practice. It's something that you desire. You set an intention out there that you're going to put your ego over here. The protector, the person that's going to say, and I don't mean not be safe. Of course you're going to be safe. But in this work, in this angelic work, if we work out of ego, you'll miss the messages. So, okay, so today I had something happen that kind of, we've been talking, are you an ancestral healer? I made a longer video. I think it was 14-minute video. Are you an ancestral healer? If you saw that, this will make a little more sense. If you haven't, and you feel prompted to, go back and watch it, because it might make a little more sense. So I've been working on some trauma. And I'm in a school, and the school helps you through helping others. We read other people's energy, learn to read, learn how to ground, and those kinds of things. And through that, we actually find what we call our matching, meaning that person that showed up for the healing is there to help us heal as well. So in the ancestral one, I burned a drawing that I made based on some trauma I had previous. And yesterday I had something come up again. And this particular thing was from birth. And so that's what I wanted to make the drawing about, releasing. And here's the drawing. Okay, it doesn't make a lot of sense because it's in symbolism, but we are going to talk about that. What we're mainly going to talk about is the constant time. So I didn't understand why I wrote that. And the name, the word that came to me, and this is channeling, right? I sat down, if I want to get rid of and burn and heal this trauma from my birth, actually conception, what word? And they said raisin, and I went, okay, raisin. Oh, it's 3:33. Why raisin? And we'll talk about that too, because that's a little even deeper. And if I get too much, just shut me off. Just say, oh, this is too much for me, and go. This is for those in this time frame, present time, and for those that might turn it on a year from now or 2 years from now, right? That's what it's for. And I'm not worried about the numbers. I'm doing this because I've been prompted to do so today for whenever it is. I'm not worried about that. Just that I do listen and follow the promptings of doing it, right? Okay, so yeah, we'll talk about the picture itself later. So I want to get to the thing here about the word constant time. And I didn't know what that meant. I do know that this is the ship sailing into, giving it to the light, giving it to divine, right? So it's passing. Here's the doorway. These are faces to me. Empty faces, maybe heritage. Remember, there's no one answer, and that's where ego comes in. Ego says, no, that's wrong. This is what it is. That's why we have to let ego aside, because ego's going to say, no, I'm right, you're wrong. and these things you can't do. There's something here for everyone that's watching this. And so these were faces to me, and these are just suggestions to what it might be. Here's the door of love, self-love, that would be for me, right? And the windows to newness. This is truth, right? Blue is the chakras. I go to the chakras. It's also the throat chakra. I'm sorry, the third eye. So consciousness of what this all was, that it was something, all the trauma that it was, and I know this, and that's why I've been working out for a long time, was a lesson. And those that helped me learn these lessons were my best friends. We covered this in Ancestral Healing. They came from the spirit world that helped me to learn and or clear up the ancestral line. So here, this I saw as a weight being lifted or a muscle being worked, giving it again, or being watched over by the sun. This is gold, by the way. Purple for those that, purple, orange, blue, for those that want to know what the colors are. Blue ship, and that's kind of a pinkish red for healing. This is a pinkish red. Purple. The snake, by the way, is about transformation, right? And notice that the rattles have been broken off. Oh, that's my dogs. I don't know if you can hear them. They're husky and Malamute mix, so they howl. And all of a sudden, they just started howling. So that's very significant in this video as well. Okay, so where are we? Then the candles. This here was interesting as well, because look, when you turn it upside down, it's a face. And I see, for me, the birds are ravens, or those taking it to the heavens, right? Ravens representing, and this for me, the spiritual world from the other side and watching over. Now this was interesting too. These are pink, and look how it's watering, so healing from the candle and the light. The light to me being the knowledge of the truth of why this happened in my life, because it was heavy. That's when I was sharing it yesterday in class and doing some healing on it. The ladies were going, wow, that's pretty heavy stuff. And I go, yeah, been working on it a while. And so, let's see what else there might be. Of course, the snake being gold. Gold is healing, and snake is about transformation. And I believe this is divine. The 3 little gold circles is the number 3, or divine. Again. And this was what was interesting. So these are showing the roots of the candle, and pink and blue. Now, I didn't count the numbers here, but that also has a significance, right? The numbers in the rays of the sun, for those that are deeper thinkers that want to know all the detail on this. And I will post this separately at the end of the video for those that might want to know what it has for them. Okay? So what happened and how I found out what constant time, I kept going, constant time. Okay, eternity. Yeah. And I mean, I got that simple answer, but what it really revealed to me later on today. So angels, as I said in my short today, send us things in very unusual places. In this case, I was going through Facebook, and you know how feeds pop up? A friend of mine sent me something that was discovered on, I got my notes here, January 5th, 2026 by MIT, finds its rhythmic patterns. I'm going to butcher this, I know this. Fibonacci sequence. Okay, so apparently this gentleman, or woman, could be a woman too, I'm going to read this portion of it, and then I'm going to read the part that gave me the answer for what constant time meant for me. MIT researchers didn't discover, and this is AI, by the way, this is recent, discover the Fibonacci sequence itself. They didn't discover it, but found its rhythmic patterns linked to the golden ratio. By the way, this is fascinating if you want to read the whole article. Governing the wave of activation at the very start of human and animal development, fertilization. This is changing science, absolutely changing science and the way we look at how things are formed as a universe. revealing life begins with inherent mathematical order. They were able to photograph how this rhythmic pattern was on the outside of the egg when the sperm connected and went inside. Not randomness appearing in swirling patterns similar to those in galaxies, shells, and quantum systems. They observed this while studying how fertilized eggs, using starfish eggs as models, not human, organize their initial growth signals, showing mathematical elegance embedded from life's earliest moments. Okay, so that's what I got. I was validating that what she had was real, because I don't like to share things that I haven't validated as being real. So I went to AI, and AI is so far should be okay. And then let me get the picture here that actually the words that gave me. Oh dear, I put it on the other phone, so that's not good. Let's see here if I can. Oh, it's right here. Well, it was. So this is the picture that they showed here. And then this is how it was the word that I needed to hear. Okay, so remember the word constant, right? Oh, by the way, I shut off the video by accident instead of pausing it. I'll learn. What stunned MIT researchers wasn't just that this happened, this sequence. The activation waves moves in rhythmic, structured patterns following mathematical proportions found throughout nature. The same ratios govern spiral galaxies, nautical shells, sunflower seed arrangements, and hurricane formations. The golden ratio, Fibonacci sequence, universal mathematical constants. As soon as that word popped up, I went, oh, that's the word in my drawing, appearing at life's very first moments. So remember, I've been doing this a long time, and it just really still strikes me. So remember, I made this drawing from birth. It was to cover from birth, when I burn this, to present moment with this trauma. So listen to that again. Universal mathematical constants appearing at life's very first moment. So I asked, this is my angel hug saying, we are so aware of you. We're proud of you for finding this and bringing this trauma forward and healing it. But they're almost telling me the exact words that I needed to hear today. I had a question, what does it mean? They gave me the answer. I can't make up this stuff. Well, I could. Yeah, people make stuff up all day long. That's no longer a proper term. It's 2:22 on this video. I'm here because this stuff is real. It's with you. I'm not special. We are all special. We all have this ability. It's just a matter of waking it up. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm with you every day. Oh, look at my little ponytail. Oh, that's going to mess everything up. Never mind. I'm here committed twice a day now. I've been making these almost twice a day. I'm all about my hair. Ooh, fuzz. And because, why? As I said in the ancestral one before this, yesterday, 2 days ago, I have a contract with you, with Divine, with myself, to do this. And you know what? It's not a burden in any way. I don't go, oh God, I gotta make another video. What am I gonna do? It literally comes here throughout the day, and I go, oh, that's my video. Okay, let's go do it. And I go get it done. I hope that through these things that I'm sharing with you, learning how to think out of the box and leave the ego behind, what drawings are that I do, the channeling I do, how the drawing itself shows me that I have others present and helping me. And then angelically, I had a question in some of my other videos I've shared with you. When we pose things as a question, guess what happens? They go, oh, she wants to know something. Let's give her an answer. But without the listening ability, the desire to listen, to see, right, would skip right over that, listening to that prompting that says, oh, what's that article? Because they have to honor their agency. They can't just whisper in my ear the answer. They have to do it this way. And they're doing it for you too. Aho, amen, so it is. Thank you so much for being here. This is the kind of drawing that I will be doing for my subscribers once a month. And it's just for you. Imagine yourself being the only one in the world that has something from divine, from the spirit world, just for you. Mwah.